Super Rugby is back, folks. Back with a bang. The Highlanders have just beaten the Crusaders 25 points to 23. Cam Miller with the late 78th minute penalty, long distance to take the lead. They had lead for a large period of this game, had the Highlanders, but the Crusaders, being the Crusaders, were able to bring some big guns off the bench and take the game back away from the Landers up until those last 2 minutes, when the Highlanders were able to, as I said, take that late lead. The Highlanders had to survive 13 phases at the death, but they managed to hold out the Crusaders for an early season win, so Jamie Joseph will be a happy chappy. Crusaders, well, it's only the first game of the season, and yeah, I'm sure they will get into the swing of things soon. Pretty good crowd, a few too many knock-ons, but it's an early season game, and hey man, just Super Rugby's back, and there was a hell of a world-class try. The Jonah Lowe try was bloody incredible, but let's quickly go through some of the key events and stats. You guys can let us know your thoughts. As I said, good crowd down at Dunedin, very vocal, great to start with a proper rivalry match between these two southern rivals. Early penalty, 3-0 to the Landers, and then Tangitau is back. The gas man, he missed the end of last season with injury, but it was so good to see him back and just gassing defenders like he is known to do. The Landers were able to get the ball around an on-rushing Crusaders defence from a line-out move, and the Highlanders' line-out strike plays were pretty nice. To be fair, they did that very well. It wasn't the smoothest transition of the ball, but they beat the on-rushing Crusaders' defensive line. Te Tangitau out on the right wing, gasses the defence, 8 points to 0 with the missed conversion, but the Crusaders, they're still the Crusaders, man. It did not take them long to hit back, and Noah Hotham had threatened to do it once earlier in the game when it had a midfield snipe and got himself a few meters. This time it was around the blind side, basically down the right touchline after Sevu Reece had kind of pounced on some scraps from a bit of aerial kicking game. And yeah, Hotham saw that there was nobody on the side of that ruck. He sniped down, had the gas to go all the way. So 8 points to 7, it's back to a 1-point game. Then things kind of settle down a bit. There's a few too many knock-ons. It starts to really feel like a first game of the season with just some kind of unforced errors. I feel like the Crusaders won't be too happy with the handling, in particular in the first half. But they did take the lead before halftime when Tavanawa, I think it was, gave away a penalty, which they slotted to make it a 10 points to 8 lead at halftime. The Crusaders have had the possession, they've had the territory, but they've also dropped more ball, like I mentioned. 12 turnovers conceded to 7 at halftime. But the Landers' turnovers won was 8-1. So many times they were able to kind of defensively shut down the Crusaders, like 5-meter mauls and whatnot. They were able to win that penalty to get out of dodge, which is, in the scheme of this game, crucial for them able to take the W. Second half, they extend their lead to the Crusaders with another penalty to make it 13 points to 8, although the Landers retook the lead through a potentially unlikely try scorer. Angus Ta'avao, new Highlanders signing, scores his try on Highlanders' debut. It's another line-out move. It's Jonah Lowe piercing through the Crusaders' defensive line, goes close to the line himself, but next phase, Angus Ta'avao pick and go over the line, and the Landers are back in front, 15 points to 13 with the conversion. And then there's the try of the game. If you haven't seen it, go and check out the highlights for the Jonah Lowe try. He set up the other one with that big carry from the line-out, but it is absolute magic. It's the line-out again. Tavanawa gets the pass from Tangitau. He beats the initial tackler, is able to pop the ball somehow away to Nareki. Nareki is able to gas and then pass to Rotumatavuki Nipkins, who gets the final pop ball away to Lowe, who somehow catches it above his head and goes over for the try. That one's a beaut. If you can't enjoy that try, you won't enjoy any rugby, man. That try was amazing stuff. 22 points to 13, the Landers are in front. But I was watching this game with my mum, and I said to her, like, 9 points. 9 points against the Crusaders is not going to be enough. And it did feel weird watching this game. First Super Rugby game I've ever watched without my dad, like, sending me kind of halftime messages and whatnot. But I had mum there. Mum, 9 points lead is not enough. And sure enough, the Crusaders start to win the territorial game and put the squeeze on the Landers. They are camped in the Highlanders 22, and they've brought off a bunch of subs as well. They brought on Cody Taylor, they brought on Will Jordan and others, George Bower and Fletcher Newell. They brought on a bunch of big gun players. So it was maybe only a matter of time before the turning of the screws resulted in points. It was Will Jordan who beat the tackle of Tanielo Talea from a 5-metre scrum play from the Crusaders out to the backs. Will Jordan finishes it off. 22-20 were a 2-point game, and then the next penalty when Howden from the Landers puts in a high tackle on again Will Jordan. The Crusaders opt for the 3 to take a lead with 10 minutes to go. And the Landers, I don't know, man, like their kicking game did not look like it was going to do that much. They were trying to play territory and get themselves down the Crusaders' end. It didn't look to be doing very well until before that, the Crusaders had a real decent chance to get the ball out wide. They'd beaten the Landers' defence. Fihaki, the pass to him just didn't meet him and went into touch. That was the chance for the Crusaders to put the game to bed. Then we get the 78th minute. It is the Landers with a penalty shot. It's long distance. It's like 45 metres from Cam Miller, but no mistakes from him. He slots it. It's the Crusaders just changing their line on a Landers kick. It's a bit of a nothing penalty, but it's given away, and the Landers gratefully take the lead. They did kind of muck up trying to see the game out. They either needed to just kick long and back themselves to hold, or back their forwards to go through the phases, but they were a bit passive on the carry, so the Crusaders were able to get a turnover just with the ball not coming out. So they had the scrum, went 13 phases, like I said, but eventually knocked it on. So the Landers hold on for a famous win to start the 2026 season. 11 turnovers, 1-3. For mine, that is the key stat where the Landers win this game. It's a defensive stat rather than an offensive one, but geez, they were good in that department, and it was multiple players. Tavatavanawai, along with winning a turnover, also beat 8 defenders, 15 carries, really busy. Will Jordan from the bench, 6 defenders beaten, 107 metres. Reese copped up a few balls, even if he helped set up a try. And Lester Fainganuku was he didn't get that many chances to get himself into space, did he? So that was a little bit of a anticlimactic one after him, coming back to Super Rugby and being much hyped up. But hey, it's only the first game. These teams are all going to get better. They'll get smoother and slicker. And Super Rugby's back. Highlanders think I've got the Chiefs next, and the Crusaders will play the Brumbies. You guys let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel for some more Super Rugby match reviews, previews, and all that jazz. You guys take care. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Yada.